Hello, people. Hey, I figured out how to do the intro. Okay, we are trying to do this live again. It is Saturday, little afternoon. During this, at the end, we're going to give away the signed print of Nora Valkyrie, signed by Samantha Ireland. She was at El Paso Comic Con a couple years ago, and she signed some stuff for us before she left, so that we could pass it on to you guys, and that is what we are doing. So, if you how to enter to win this, it's really simple. All you have to do is comment. Just leave a comment over there, like Robert just did. Hey, Robert K. So yeah, just simply making a comment will enter you into the drawing for the Nora Valkyrie print signed by Samantha Ireland. So, that being said, another week has passed at Zia Comics. A few changes. Robert, yeah, the store's been open for a while now. We were shut down for a little while there in the beginning, and then they shut us down again for another little while, November, because it was right around Black Friday. So, besides those two interruptions, we've been open. We have been open at limited capacity. The state's only allowing X number of people in. They just recently repealed the mask mandate. If you are fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. So, we're making some progress. Mexico is doing really well. We're over 50% of people have gotten at least one of their shots, and over 60%, 60 has gotten at least one shot. So, and the governor did say once the state hits 60%, that all restrictions are out the window and the state will be fully open. And they're estimating sometime in June that's going to happen. So, thank you, Robert. You're fully vaxxed. Thank you. You're helping the numbers for the state go up. Yeah. What else? We are cautiously looking at doing events again. Kind of trying to take our cue from the state, because the state has the power to not only fine us, but they can pull our business license completely, which in effect would shut us down. So, we're waiting for that. We have some stuff planned, just waiting to go. We have a back stock of stuff for paint and takes. WizKids has some new paint and take kits that are actually cool. They come with brushes, a water pot, little things of paint. I mean, not the full size paint you get from Citadel, but they're big enough for what you need for these paint and takes. And of course, it comes with a mini. Some of them are special minis. Like, I think we still have a ton of the red dragons. It's the decent sized red dragon, but it's a different pose, I believe, than what is available for just plain old sale. There's an ogre and a manticore kit. There's a bunch of other kits, but we quit buying them after that because we could not have events in order to use those. But I still have they're sitting in the storeroom. There's a backlog of those. Lyncho, fully vaccinated here too. Can't wait for stuff to open up again. You and me both, brother. I can't wait. Rockets. We brought in model rockets. I have a ton of little model rockets. They're the smaller ones that we're going to try to do a build and launch, actually. So we can get everybody together, get them built. You can decorate them up however you want, and then we'll try to find an area suitable to launch these in, so that we don't get arrested, because we don't want that. And yeah, I mean, like that, and we're chomping at the bit to bring back things like Friday Night Magic and game nights on Saturday. So, I mean, we got stuff planned, and like I said, we're just kind of waiting on direction from the state. We want to play by the rules so we don't get in trouble. All right, it looks like we have, according to the software, 4 people in here. So I'll just do a little reminder. We're giving away this signed print, Nora Valkyrie, signed by Samantha Ireland there. And to enter, all you have to do is make a comment over here in the comments section. Lynn Show misses game nights. Yeah, so do we. I know. I'm pretty sure Danny, who is our game guru, he's waiting. Also, he can't wait to get back out there and start teaching you all some games, especially since we got some new games now. What else new do we have? I think I told you guys already about the Squishables, the really cool um, soft plushies. I guess that's what you call it. The name tells you all. Squishables. They are squishable. They have mostly they center around foods, different comfort foods, but they also have the really popular Plague Doctor, Plague Nurse, Reaper. We have some of the other bigger, cooler ones. Cthulhu and Baphomet. We have on back order, and they have different sizes. Had the regular, they had the minis, and now they have a new one, a real smaller one called Snackers or Squiggle Me's, I believe they're called. And we're waiting out. We ordered some of the big ones, the mass. They're called massives, and for a reason, they're 3 or 4 feet tall, big plushies. So when those come in, we'll be sure to put those up on social media for y'all. You might have also noticed over on our YouTube channel. Looks like so far everybody's commented is coming in from Facebook. On our YouTube channel, I've been trying to do a lot more comic book reviews, before they hit the shelf, so that you guys can get a good idea what's coming out, so you can know what you're looking for when you come in. You're not just walking around blindly in front of the new comic section. We got another big shipment of Games Workshop stuff. A lot of Age of Sigmar, new Age of Sigmar things coming out. They're starting to catch up with a lot of their products. The problem, if you see some empty spots on the shelf, that's because distribution is behind the curve right now. There is a ton of stuff that was coming from overseas that's getting stuck, first with the tariffs, and then also during the pandemic, a lot of them ramped down their production, because they were thinking, oh, everybody's staying home and we're not going to be able to sell this stuff. Well, they were wrong. People actually started buying more, and that's also apparent in, like, if you go to the hardware store, if you've noticed, the price of wood is going way up, which also, if you understand paper, it's made out of wood. So they haven't had the wood pulp to make the paper. So a lot of paper goods are also going up in price. And if you look at our manga section, you can see there's a lot of holes in it because we just are not able to get those things in to fill in the holes. And on top of that, I believe Viz Media had a huge warehouse fire. So a lot of the Viz Media titles are going to be very hard to get a hold of as well. But we're doing our best to fill in those holes. If you've come in, if you have walked all the way to the back, which I know a lot of people only walk about halfway in the store, and they don't realize if you go farther back, there's more. There's more back there. The arcade, we've gotten a couple of new pinballs in the past couple months there in the arcade. We got the Wolverine special edition LE pinball for X-Men. There's a new, what was the other new one he brought in? The Avengers, I think, was new. There's a new Superman arcade. I think Golden Axe, the display finally died on that, so he's they're going to be taking that out to go get fixed soon. We have Gauntlet, one of the best multiplayer video games I think ever. Gauntlet. We have a copy of Gauntlet in there. So we got plenty for you guys to do. Let's see what else. I've been working on back in the cosplay section, the Boba Fett outfit. It's pretty much, I would say, 90 some percent done. I just finished weathering the soft parts, and I just have to get the armor correctly placed onto that, and then I can get my pictures taken, and hopefully, cross your fingers, they approve it, and I get my BH number. I believe he's falls under Bounty Hunters Guild, so I have to believe it'll be a BH number. And that's another thing. I can't wait for events so that I can start wearing all that cosplays. I mean, I have the Ghostbusters outfit back there. We got Krampus. I got a Magneto outfit. I will soon have Boba Fett. And once I finish Boba Fett, I have to see what I'm going to start on next. Maybe I'll do a Predator. Haven't decided yet. Chris Vallejos, are you going to get a good stock of the Last Ronin issue 3? It's a good question, man. I put in for a bunch of them. What they actually deliver, kind of up to them. A lot of times that stuff gets allocated. I know with the first one, they knew it was going to be popular. They didn't. They underestimated. That's a George Bush word. They underestimated how big it was going to be, and they didn't have nearly enough of the number ones. That's why they went into, I think, third and fourth printings. But I ordered a literal ton of number 3. Have you been following the story? Because it's a really good story so far. This is a story I guess Kevin Eastman wrote way back. And just kind of it got shuffled under some stuff, and I guess they forgot for years and years. And they ran across it. They're like, "Hey, this is a great time to tell this story." So yeah, I'm enjoying it too, Chris. So to answer your question, hopefully we'll get a good stock of Last Ronin 3. A lot of people have added it onto their subscriptions, so a good chunk of what comes in, I'm sure, will go into people's folders. I try to get quite a bit to put on the shelf, also. No guarantees. So if you're looking for it and you have a subscription folder and you don't have it on your list, you might want to add it to your list. I believe it comes out this coming week, so you have a couple days to add it to your list. Otherwise, show up on Wednesday early and try to be one of the first people in the door. Yeah, Last Ronin and Berserker was another one they kind of underestimated. It's gone into multiple printings for number 1 and number 2. We have, I think we still have some on the shelf for Berserker. How do you get a subscription folder? It's easy. You just come in and fill out the paperwork, and you have to secure your subscription with a credit card. Now, we don't charge that credit card every week when the comics come in. That is just there in case you skip out on the folder, which I'd like to say it doesn't happen often, but I would be lying. It does happen more often than we like. People either they move and don't tell us, or they just quit coming in and don't tell us not to to stop pulling their stuff, or they just order more comics than what they can financially pay for. Whatever reason, it happens. That's why we get a credit card to secure it. So if you skip out, um, we have a way to recoup that. So because some of these comics, if you subscribe to some obscure stuff, it probably won't resell that well. And these aren't like newspapers and magazines where the unsold stock we can just return and get full credit. Uh, 90, I would say 99% of the comics that we buy, they're ours. We can't return them. If we don't sell them, we're just out that money. So that's why you see a lot of comic stores not going real deep on a lot of indie stuff, because it's just, if we spend all the money there, that's money we can't spend on other things. And if you have way too much backstock that's not selling, you can end up going bankrupt really quick. Is there a monthly fee or just a credit card? No monthly fee. We don't charge any kind of monthly fee. It's, like I said, the credit card is just to, in case you abandon your folder, and then we will cancel your folder, stop the subscription, and charge whatever you abandoned to the card, and then put them aside and wait for you to come pick them up. Another comic that is very popular right now is the Batman Fortnite Zero Point comics. That one, and Last Ronin, and I believe Berserker are all limited series. There's only so many in each one of those. The Batman one, I believe, is 6 issues. Each issue has a special code you can use in the Fortnite game to get special items. The number 3 just came out, and it's a good story too. I was really surprised. I expected it to be a hokey story, and they were just trying to cash in on Fortnite, but it's not a bad story. The first one was a Harley Quinn skin for your character. So if you've been playing Fortnite and you notice there's a bunch of Harley Quinns running around, that's why. The second one was the bat glider, where they drop you out of the bus. And this third one was a weapon. It looked like some kind of a mace, a bat mace or something. I'm not sure what the next 3 items are going to be, but I know if you collect all 6 of those items, it unlocks a special a version of the Batman skin, an armored Batman skin that you can use in game. They said that they are going to. You will eventually be able to buy those items in game, but the price is going to be a lot more than if you just bought the comic and pulled the code out of it. So, if you missed out on the comics and you can't get, and even the reprints have the codes in them, and I believe they said when the trade paperback comes out, which if you don't understand the trade paperback, it is a collection of single issues they put all in one book. So they're going to put all 6 issues into one book, and I believe all 6 codes are going to be in that trade paperback as well. From what I understand, reading all the information on it. So if you're into Fortnite, you might want to try to pick up those comics, and for $3.99, $4.99, however much they are, you can get that code rather than paying $20 in game. I mean, save yourself $15 and help out your local comic store at the same time. Chris Vallejos, thanks for the info. You are very welcome. Just another reminder, you guys see the scrolly bar down at the bottom. This is the Nora Valkyrie print signed by Samantha Ireland at El Paso Comic Con a few years ago. That's what we're going to be giving away here later. All you have to do to enter is type a comment. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, man, just leave a comment and you automatically get entered. So, anybody have any questions for me? No questions. Let me see if we have anything. If I can think of anything else that we have. Well, the area out front at Zia Comics. If you've been downtown lately, you would see that it is now. I don't want to say cordoned off. It's fenced in. The area in front of the store is fenced in, and we have some picnic tables out there with our logo on them. So if you buy something to eat or drink and you just want to sit there and people watch while you're eating and drinking, that's fine. I've noticed a lot of people do that. They'll grab some ice cream and sit there. A few people will come in and pick up their comics and get something to drink, and then they go out there and sit in the shade and eat and drink while they're watching people walk by. Chris, any comics that I recommend? If you check our YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/Zia Comics. I try to do a review each week on the comics that I think are going to be good. Obviously I can't review every one of the comics, but I've been averaging 5 to 7 reviews each week, and I do them separately so you don't have to sit through 4 reviews of stuff you don't care about to get to the one you do. But recently, the Robin series so far is good that they've restarted is with Damian Wayne going to Lazarus Island to participate in this tournament of fighters. If you have the Robin #1, they introduce some new characters. So it'll be a lot of first appearance. I think there's 3 or 4 first appearances in that one. Plus, there's a flatline appearance. It's not her first appearance, but it's like one of her first full appearances, I guess. She gets a lot of page space on in Robin #1. But there's also a character called Respawn who is a direct knockoff of Deadpool. I mean, it's unmistakable. Um, there's a couple other new characters I don't remember off the top of my head. You'll also see some characters you haven't seen in a while, like Connor Hawk, Ravager is in there, Deathstroke's daughter. And then in #2, I hadn't seen XXL before. I could be wrong. It might have been his first appearance. That's a little kid that's very, very strong. But yeah, Robin, I would say pick up Robin #1 just because of all the first appearances. Robin #2 was kind of, there was no real hook for me, no real climax in that one, but I think they're setting it up for what's going on Lazarus Island. So hopefully #3 would jump back into it and uh, be good enough that you could pick it up as a series. What other? Well, like I said, the Batman Fortnite 0 Point. I was surprised at how much I liked that one. That one was pretty good. The Ruby Justice League crossover is not bad if you like both of those titles, both of those franchises. What else would I recommend? The Wonder Girl #1, I think, came out this past week. It was pretty good. If you don't know who she is, she's going to be the future Wonder Woman. She was introduced in Future State, Yara Flor. That was a good one. There's a lot of good stuff, and then you want to get into the independent stuff, with Image and um, Dark Horse. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen a lot from them as of late. Boom Studios is killing it. Image is killing it. Actually, Scout Comics, I think, has been doing a great job. So any of the stuff from there. In fact, Man Goat and Bunny Man. That's what I can think of. That one was, if you liked Dell and Tucker versus Evil, it's along those type of lines of humor. So that one was good. Other than that, I nothing else pops in my mind right off the bat for recommendations on comics. For the games, with being shut down for a year, a lot of the games kind of got backlogged. I haven't really seen any new ones come out that left a lasting impression in my mind. But the games that are good, they're always good. They don't they don't go bad. So come in and pick up some of the classics. Pokemon is crazy right now. People are losing their minds thanks to these YouTube influencers who opened the packs and pulled, rainbow Pikachu's and shiny Charizards worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So everybody kind of went treasure hunting there and just bought everything they could Pokemon, which caused a shortage, which caused the prices to go up. So it's starting to level off now. So the Pokemon prices are starting to get more reasonable. Magic the Gathering's it's always a powerhouse. Even their bad stuff is better than most other games. Chris, last Berserker issue was called the Albuquerque variant. Think that may be if he filming Netflix series. The Albuquerque variant was probably from Raphael Albuquerque. He's an artist with that name, so I don't think it has anything to do with the Netflix, having their uh, a studio there in Albuquerque. Raphael Albuquerque is an artist, and I'm sure it was him who drew that variant cover. Otherwise, they would have called it the Netflix variant. Well, Target is not selling retail anymore for Pokemon. That's true, and I believe most of the WalMarts they've pulled not just Pokemon, they've pulled Magic the Gathering, and they pulled sports cards because these collectors had lost their mind. They Places like Walmart and Target are stocked by a third party, and people learned what that company was. So when they saw that truck or van pull up into the parking lot, they would stake out the parking lot and they would follow them in. And just as soon as they tried to throw it on the shelf, these guys were, it was like Black Friday. They were diving over them and getting in fist fights to get the last pack of Vivid Voltage or what have you. And seriously, physical fights started out. A lot of the those guys, those third parties that were stocking that, started to feel physically threatened. Got me, and people would camp out before these stores opened so they could come in and be first to stand in front of the shelf to wait for the guy to come and stock it later in that day. That's just hysteria that I don't, I've never really bought into that type of thing. I don't want to have to fight somebody to get a pack of cards. So, but people do it, and it was causing a big enough problem for those big box retailers that they pulled it. Indefinitely. They don't know if they're going to bring them back later or not, but um, we will see. We will see what's going to happen with that. Let's see. I covered the comics. I covered the games. They ruined the hobby. Yes and no. That kind of um, behavior makes the hobby look bad, and it does drive the prices up. But at the same time, it shines a big light onto the hobby because it brings attention to it. I'm not sure that's the attention they want. Um, we haven't had that problem in the store. We don't have people camping out waiting, mainly because we're not stocked by a third party, and we don't know when stuff's coming in. It's all on the distributor and the postal service or FedEx or UPS or whoever's bringing it. So, and they come in through the back door. So it's hard for people to know when we're getting restocked because we get shipments like all day, every day. So it does them no good to camp out and wait. You're better off just watching our social media, and we'll let you know. Let's see. What else we got coming up? June 19th, we will have Flash Gordon in the store doing a signing. Sam Jones himself. You younger kids might know him from Ted. He's the a party guy. He was also, when they made the live action Flash Gordon, he was Flash Gordon. Really nice guy. We see him all the time at events when we go to different cons. He does the con circuit quite extensively. He's really good for signing and for all the fans. Pretty much anything within reason, he'll sign it for you. It's going to cost you. It's a free event, and by free event, I mean we're not charging you to come inside and get in line and wait for him, but he is charging for autographs and or photos. So I mean, come in, bring some money, and get something signed by him. Maybe a Funko Pop, or I think Biff Bang Pow put out some action figures of Flash Gordon. We have some of the big trade paperbacks and hardbacks from Flash Gordon. He'll sign for you. And if you don't have anything, he's going to bring his own stuff. He will have his own headshots and photos and things for you. Chris, do you know his prices? I do. I don't remember right now, though. It's listed. If you go to our Facebook and go under events, I believe all the information is there concerning the pricing. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to quote you a number that could be wrong. So just go check the Facebook event and see how much she's charging. I'm working with a couple other featured guest celebrity type people also for in-store signings, and once we get all that signed, ink on paper, we'll let you guys know. There's another Power Ranger guy that I'm working on bringing in. I'm working on bringing in, I don't want to say too much. I can tell you he's a Power Ranger because there's about 1 million people who've been a Power Ranger, but the other people I'm working on, I can't really give you hints because it'd be a dead giveaway. And I don't want to get people's hopes up without having ink on paper. So, once they're signed, we'll let you guys know. We're going to try to do this more often. it's a little harder to get people to come to Cruces. We don't have a local airport. The nearest airport's El Paso, about an hour away. Um, but we are working on a lot. I'm trying to get some more comic book artists or writers in the store. A couple weeks ago, we had Albuquerque native Mark Fenton was in the store signing. He wrote Space Cooler and Adrift. And there's a few other titles I don't remember, but he was in store and signing, and that went over pretty well on the Saturday. And we'd like to do more stuff like that. We want to bring these people to Cruces because not everybody's able to travel to all these places where the cool people show up. So we're trying to bring them to you guys so that you don't have to drive hours upon hours to go and meet them. All right, I'm going to remind you one more time. This print signed by Samantha Ireland, Nora Valkyrie, signed that at El Paso Comic Con. We're going to be giving that away here in a few. And like I said, to enter, all you have to do, leave a comment there in the comment field, and you'll be automatically entered. Excuse me, I was getting a little parched. Let's see, did we get any new statues in? I don't think we got any new real big statues. We did get the PVC statue of the Crow, Eric Draven, Brandon Lee. We got a few of those in. And if you guys ever, in the middle of the night, you're sitting there and you want to go shopping, go to our online store, man, ziacomics.com. There's a little link up there that says online store. Just click on that, and I would say 99% of the stuff we have in store is listed in the online store. Except, of course, the normal single issue comics. Unless there's some of the older stuff or higher price signed stuff or special single issues, they won't be in our online store because we probably have 13 to 20,000 single issue comics in there. Most of those are between $3 to $10, and it's just to try to get those all listed. And I am limited on how many items I can put in the online store. So we don't even bother trying to put all the single issues into the online store. So that's really probably the only thing that is not listed in our and the food and drink, because I don't want somebody to buy a Sprite and I have to ship it to Oklahoma or something stupid like that. Because there are different rules on shipping food and drink. So we don't want to get in trouble. What else? If we do get the governor opening up the state in June, we should start seeing a surge of events on the plaza, since we're located right there on the plaza. And we try to do as much tie-in with those as we can. Let me look something up, because this has been a weird year, but they moved Free Comic Book Day. It's normally the first Saturday in May. This year we couldn't really do that because COVID. So let me look here. Yeah, August 14th, we will have Free Comic Book Day at Zia Comics. By then we should be open. If not, I would be very surprised. We are still working on, all the books and stuff are ordered. And we're probably going to limit it to 3 books per person, except for our VIP members. Our VIP members will allow to get one of every book if they want it, because they're our VIPs. And you ask why? Well, Free Comic Book Day is kind of a misnomer. It's free for you guys. We still have to pay for them. So we buy tons and tons of comics to give away, and that's why we kind of limit it, to 3 per person, unless you are a VIP member. August 14th, we're still working on bringing in, an artist or 2 in-house, or something along those lines. Something cool to have in there. Maybe I'm not sure if the Mandalorian merch and the 501st will be allowed to troop yet by then. I know they were put on hiatus during COVID for obvious reasons, but we'll know more probably in June. So keep your eye on the Free Comic Book Day event, and hopefully we'll have some stuff added to that. The only other event we have scheduled so far for this year is in October 16th, Free RPG Day, which we'll be getting a ton of role playing game type stuff that we will be demoing throughout the day, and giving away for different different reasons. A lot of it, in fact, all of it will be given away before the end of the day. Good question, Lincho. I put it right up on the screen. How can you obtain VIP status? It's part of the loyalty rewards program, which is based on how much you spend in store when you join the loyalty rewards program. I believe you get a point for every $10 that you spend in store, and then when you hit a certain level, that elevates you to VIP status, which you get among other things, you get perks like this. A lot of times we'll let people in half hour early before events if they're VIP status to see the things without the crowd, and you will earn your points a little quicker as a VIP too. Also, I believe you get a 1.5 multiplier put on your points. So pretty much once you hit VIP, if you keep coming to the store, you're going to maintain VIP no problem. It shouldn't be an issue for you keeping that status. In fact, I think it's lifetime. I have to double check, but I think once you hit VIP, you stay VIP, unless I change the levels, which I have no intention of doing. So yeah, thanks for that question, Joe. That helped explain it to a lot of people. I'm sure more than one person would be wondering that. And for Free Comic Book Day, we probably will be letting the VIPs in a half hour early, like I said, and they will be allowed to pick one of each book if they so desire. Not everybody's into all the stuff, but if they're into a lot of it, they can grab multiples and more than three. See what else we brought in. Some during the shutdown. We got some stuff for pets, dog collars, leashes, bowls, things like that. We also brought in some different wallets. As we're kind of testing the waters on a few different things. The wallets seem to do really well, and the zip up. I know women use them. A lot of the zip up wallets and the crossbody things. We're probably going to bring some more of those in. And if you guys have any ideas of stuff we should bring in, let us know, and we will try to, if it's feasible, we will try to bring it in. I know we tried to get a couple accounts that are not taking new accounts right now, like I think Squishmallow, who has the Hello Kitty and the Star Wars license for plushies. They are not taking any new clients right now because they just have more business than they can keep up with, unfortunately. Unfortunately for us, fortunate for them. Yeah, Lyncher, you've been a VIP, I think, for a while. I'm pretty sure. And with our loyalty program, you can always log in and check your own points and see what your status is, and see there's other perks in there too. You can use your points for discounts. You can use your points for certain product, T-shirts, tote bags, lanyards, things like that. And we're all in. I think Scoop of Ice Cream's on there too. Because yeah, we have ice cream. That's right. We're always looking for stuff to add to the rewards program. So again, if you guys have any ideas for that, let us know, and if it's feasible, we'll add it. Any other questions? No. I think I covered all the new things going on. Oh, if you haven't been in for a while, also another thing we did during the the shutdown. When we weren't shut down, but we were severely limited on how many people we could have in. We uh, we got a sound system put in the store, so when you come in, it's it's not dead silent over in the back corners or anything. So we got all that, pretty much all the retail area. You can hear whatever music the employees are playing, and I let them pick the. I think they use a lot of Spotify and Pandora. I let since there are ones out there working, I let them pick the channel. So depending on who's working, is the type of music you're going to hear, and a lot of times it depends on the mood they're in as to what they pick. As long as it's nothing bad, I don't want any kind of bad stuff playing. Lincho, you had a scoop of ice cream list. It's been there, man. That was, I think, one of the first things we added. Check your rewards. There should be scoop of ice cream in there. If it's not showing for you, let me know, and I'll try to figure out why. But I know other people have been redeeming their points for ice cream. And sorry about that, guys. I am filming from the Zia Comics remote studios, aka my home office. So that was my vicious 5-pound guard dog that was barking. What else? What else? Yeah, a lot of it's just been business as usual for me. So you know, it might be new for you guys, but I've known about it for a while. So I'm trying to think what we have changed since I don't know, since before the pandemic, which is really a lot of stuff. The two back rooms that used to be reserved for Dungeons and Dragons are no longer. The one on the left is the Games Workshop room, so all the Games Workshop stuff, besides the paints, of course, are in that back room. We keep the paints near the cash register because those paints and brushes, they fit in your pocket way too easy, and people like to walk out without paying for them. So we put them where we can keep a good eye on them. The other room on the right is now full of puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. Not like the ones you're going to find at big box stores. Just you won't see a lot of landscapes or bowls of fruit or anything like that. We try to do pop culture related puzzles in there, so it's a lot of comic book and movie stuff. Um, we brought in the animals from Madcap because the animal puzzles are cool. If you haven't seen them, they are extremely cool. The puzzle doesn't have square edges; it is the actual shape of the animal head on the edges, which makes it, you wouldn't think so, but it makes it a ton harder to do because we did the moose and it took a lot of trying every piece in the spot and then getting to that and go through all of them and say, well, none of those look like they fit right. You have to go back through, and yeah, those were hard to do. We also have some 3D type puzzles, I believe from Harry Potter, where you can build they're the kind of foam pieces, so you can build them up, and they're more 3D. We have the 4D puzzles, which are kind of like a topographic map of different places. I think we had Game of Thrones, Westeros, uh, Gotham City, Metropolis, and I want to say the Shire from um, The Hobbit. So yeah, those two rooms are now that instead of D&D. The D&D people, you're just going to have to play in open air in the game room whenever you schedule for D&D. Let's see. You guys probably saw the Gundam stuff. We brought in a lot of Gundam and Gunpla. A lot of Star Wars kits. There's some actual Pokemon kits in there as well, which those are. It's just whatever we can get in for the Gundam stuff. It's really hard to bring it in. Chris Vales, did you guys get any Bad Batch pops in? If you're talking about the new Bad Batch stuff that Funko just solicited, we haven't got any of those in yet, but they did make uh, some Bad Batch stuff from Clone Wars. I think we still have. I think the only one we have is Wrecker, actually, and it's Wrecker with his helmet on. So I know I put in pre-orders for all the new stuff, and I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to maybe seeing a Kaminoan, the tall, skinny cloners. Maybe get Crosshairs. Even though he is a pretty douchey character, I would still like to see him as a Funko Pop. Or any of the Bad Batch guys, maybe even Omega. I'm looking forward to all of those. We will see. So as it stands right now, Chris, no, we don't have. The only one we have in is Wrecker, but that's from Clone Wars, and we're waiting for the others to come in. Are you guys trying to get any 30-minute missions Gundam stuff in? I'm not real well versed on Gundam, Lincho, so I don't really know what the 30-minute missions are. If it's available, what I do is I go to our we have they're the largest distributor of Gundam in North America, and I just go through and I click what's in stock. I see if we already have it. If we don't, I order it. So if it's available, we'll be getting it in. If not, I can ask my rep next time I talk to him. We might have stuff in now. I don't know. If you go to the online store, you can check. It's under figures and Gunpla, I believe. So if we have it, that's where it would be. All right, we got 6 people in, 7 people now. Let me remind you. I'm getting ready to do this here in a few minutes. The Nora Valkyrie print, signed by Samantha Ireland at El Paso Comic Con. We're gonna be giving that away. How do you enter? That's easy. You just type something over here in the comment field, and you're automatically entered. Really easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, I've been talking for 40 some minutes. I think I've covered all the new stuffs, and you guys don't have any further questions. I haven't seen a new comment in a few minutes, so let me see how I can share this. Boom, boom, share Chrome tab. Let's share the giveaway tool. So are you guys seeing the giveaway tool? Oh, you do see it. Look at that. If you, Eric Stewart, you're in it. Yeah, you just squeaked in under the wire there, Eric. So you guys, I'm seeing it on my screen, so you should be seeing it on yours. Everybody see the entry. Looks like we have 4 people entered. That's how many people have left a comment in the comment field. So let me go ahead and do this draw. And you can see it cycling through everything. Winner, winner, winner. Who's it going to be? Boom! Chris Vallejos. Congratulations, Chris. You just won the Nora Valkyrie print signed by Samantha Ireland. Let me just write your name here and attach it to it. So when I take it into work, and it will be, you won't be able to pick it up till Monday. I will put it behind the counter at work, at the store, Zia Comics. You, at your leisure, come in and pick it up. Yeah, Monday or Tuesday. I'm sorry, I just got corrected. I'm not sure if we're going to be in town. Stop screen share. There we go. So yeah, I'm really liking this new software. You're welcome, Chris. If anybody ever wants to come on here live with me, I can send you an invite, and then you'll be popped up right next to me on the screen, however I lay it out. And I'm going to try to talk to some I can't even think I'm saying, some celebrities, featured guests, and see if we can do an online live kind of chat thingy here where I'll be we'll be in, that person will be up on the screen, and you guys can send in your questions and stuff in the comments. Make it really kind of interactive. But right now, this is what we're using it for. I still need to make an outro that I can use on here. You'll get it Wednesday. It'll be there by Wednesday, no problem. Eric, I'll take the Batman 92 punchline sketch instead. Well, two problems with that, Eric. First, you didn't win. And second, that will never be given away for free in a chat. That's a little more expensive. But yeah, I mean, if any of you guys ever want to come on here and on video, we can talk back and forth about, comics or games or anything. This software is pretty robust, all browser based. You don't have to download anything. I'm liking it. I like it a lot. And it streams directly into Facebook and YouTube for me, so I don't even have to edit. I just throw up a thumbnail, maybe put a beginning and ending on it, and boom, done. So, all right, everybody, congratulate Chris. You won the print. We talked about everything new, and that looks like it for today. I'm going to go out and do some yard work now. Anyway, till the next time. Later, nerds. End broadcast.